I wish this was ripe and ready to eat. Yes, finally! I wonder how that happened. The ripening of produce is stimulated by the production of ethylene gas. What is ethylene? Ethylene is a naturally occurring gaseous hormone given off by fruits, vegetables, and flowers. As fresh fruits and vegetables approach maturity, they release ethylene gas that promotes ripening. This process cannot be stopped, but it can be slowed. Therefore, produce for commercial use is often stored under hypobaric conditions to remove the ethylene that is released and delay the ripening. Certain fruits, like bananas, are harvested, transported, and stored at an immature stage. Before being shipped to stores, they are treated with ethylene gas to induce ripening. Ethylene is synthesized from the amino acid methionine. ATP and water are added to methionine, resulting in the loss of 3 phosphates and SAM. ACC synthase facilitates the production of ACC from SAM. Oxygen is then needed in order to oxidize ACC and produce ethylene. An oxidative enzyme called ethylene-forming enzyme catalyzes this reaction.
The presence of ethylene is detected by transmembrane receptors in the endoplasmic reticulum of surface cells. Binding of ethylene to these receptors unleashes a signaling cascade that leads to activation of transcription factors and the turning on of gene transcription. Ethylene acts as a negative regulator of the signaling pathway. This means that the signal pathway is turned on in the absence of ethylene and is shut down when ethylene is present. Shutting down of the pathway induces an ethylene response. Many climacteric fruits show a strong increase in ethylene levels at the late green or breaker stage. As a consequence of high ethylene, chlorophyll is degraded. This results in a typical color of the mature fruit peel. Activity of many maturation-related enzymes increases. Starch, organic acids in some cases, such as avocado lipids, are mobilized and converted to sugars. Pectins, the main component of the middle lamella, are degraded. The fruit softens. These metabolic activities are accompanied by a high respiration rate and consequently by high oxygen consumption.
Local grocery stores produce fresh produce from all over the world. In order for the produce to be fresh and right for customers to eat it, the ripening process has to be controlled by the production of ethylene gas.
Companies filter ethylene out of the air where the produce is being stored to delay the ripening process. This allows for produce to last longer periods of time, especially during the journey between the actual harvest of the produce and their final destination on grocery store shelves.
Produce is stored until it is ready to be ripened. It moves to huge storage containers with elevated ethylene levels. Other times, produce is stored in bins with circulating carbon dioxide to slow the ripening. The carbon dioxide inhibits the synthesis of new ethylene, and the circulating air prevents ethylene from accumulating. Some produce is genetically modified to block the transcription of the genes required for ethylene synthesis. This allows produce to be ripe at the company's demand. If you want your produce fresh and ready to eat, just spray it with some ethylene.
Ethylene gas plays a different role in different parts of the plant's life cycle, such as abscission of leaves, fruits, and flower petals, drooping of leaves, seed germination, stem elongation, flower formation, or at other times it inhibits flower formation.